host today, Miss Shirley. Hey, girl, hey.
Welcome back, Shirley.
How are
Welcome
you?
back.
This
Missed
is
you,
Barbara.
girl. We've got a lined up show packed for you today, starting with why Ghana is calling on people of color to return to the motherland. And later in Girlfriend's Guide, we're talking all things self-care and pampering because, ladies, you deserve it. So sit back, relax. This is POV. Tragedy has struck the United States. Before we dive into today's topic, we take a moment to acknowledge another tragic event. An American Airlines jet carrying 64 people collided midair with a military helicopter while landing at Reagan National Airport in Washington, D.C. Sadly, there are no reported survivors, and at least 28 bodies have been recovered so far. So we are sending our deepest condolences to the victims and their loved ones and all of the first responders who are handling this delicate situation as it continues to unfold.
Yeah, this is so unfortunate, and the stories are changing like literally by the moment because last night I believe that they said that 4 people survived, and then it was no survivors, and then I seen some pictures and it was like a plane full of kids,
Skaters, right? The U.S. Ice skaters, I believe it was. The
My
team.
God, devastating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll have more on that story as it continues to develop. But with all the chaos happening in the U.S., Ghana is stepping up, granting citizenship to individuals of African descent from the U.S. and the Caribbean, encouraging them to come back to the motherland. Would y'all accept that invitation?
Absolutely.
No questions?
No question. You don't gotta ask me to go to Ghana
Yeah.
because I'm going.
Tell me why.
But also, I really want to learn about our roots, right?
Sure.
So we're stripped of so much information about who we are, where we're from,
Yeah.
our culture, our cultural background. Like being Haitian, it's one thing to know the Caribbean side, but to go back home and see where, like one of the things I've learned recently is jollof rice and the comparison between Haitian rice.
Yeah. What's the
I
difference?
swear on my life, Haitians are gonna kill me.
Uh-oh.
Ghana in Nigeria,
Hands down.
listen, the best rice I've ever had. I will stand 10 toes down on that.
Okay.
But I see where our rice culture comes from as far as like how we cook it, how we make sure that it's very smooth, and there's just a difference in how I guess West Africans make their rice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I want to know what it's like.
Okay. Now let's gonna have a cook-off around here. What about y'all? Would y'all go?
I would go to visit. I'm not sure right now if I would go and live. Just because I feel like what is happening and getting ready to transpire in the world, I just don't believe that there is any escape. And so I honestly believe that the safest place to be is in the will of God. And so, I just pray for his protection wherever, any of us are.
Yeah, that's real. What about you, girlfriend?
I'm not going to Ghana.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Tell us why.
I'm so sorry. I'm not saying America is any better, though. I'm not saying that. I just feel like Tally said, like whatever is about to happen is going to happen. So I don't feel like moving to Ghana is like really going to save, anybody. And I don't know how they living in Ghana.
Yeah.
I don't know how they live in. I don't know what they're living in. I don't know what they. I don't
Not
know.
what they live
I don't
in.
know what's going on over there. I know what's happening in America. I've been here my entire life, so I know what's happening here. I kind of, sort of can, think about what's going to happen, but a whole nother country, I don't know if that's the safest thing to do.
Okay. Well, I don't think people are moving there just for safety.
Yeah.
I think folks are moving to Ghana, one, because they've been doing this since 2019. So it has absolutely nothing to do just solely on Trump's administration. But I do believe people are moving to Ghana for the experience and going back to their cultural roots. I saw somebody mention that, why would I go back to Ghana when Ghana is the one that got us over here and sold us into slavery in the first place?
Oh my goodness.
Just a reminder, it wasn't just Ghana. Let's
Correct.
Let's make
Let's be
sure
clear.
we make it very clear.
Very clear.
That it was our West African ancestors that made that decision.
We may dive into that in February with Black History Month, so that would be a great little lesson for everybody. But what does the social life and opportunity market look like for Americans moving to Ghana? Many people say that it's more lucrative.
Is it
That's what they say. I haven't gone. And
lucrative in what way?
I have more of an affinity of moving places only because I feel like living in America isn't the only way to live life.
I agree.
Right. So I've seen other
For
people,
sure.
even Americans, like people who aren't people of color in America, who are like, I moved to a small Caribbean island off of the coast of Madagascar. Let's just throw that out there.
Yeah.
And they were like, my quality of life has significantly improved.
Yeah.
Simply because I've removed all of the requirements that I put on myself living
Yeah.
in America.
Yeah.
So I wonder what that would look like in Ghana, where they're giving us the free passage
Yeah.
Inland.
to do that. Here, they told us we're enslaved here.
Yeah.
Over
Right.
there, they're like, come back or
Come home. Welcome home.
Welcome home. Come find out who you are, and we're going to give you, in a sense, equity to be able to help you get your foot off the ground.
And what I do wonder about, just on the other end of the spectrum, is that I'm not sure what the numbers were, but Ghana's population was in a significant decline, and so I'm sure that also motivated the welcoming of
people.
home.
Yeah.
Right, but it's just like I don't know. I gotta wait it out, like
Yeah.
just to kind of
like when the new iPhone
it's
come
too
out.
new, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta wait for all the glitches and
I've
everything
seen,
to,
I've seen that the eastern side in general has been doing, like Japan is offering free citizenship.
Yes, they are.
They're also in the other Asian islands. They're giving Americans the opportunity to move over.
I
for
wonder if the
discounted
UK doing
visa.
it. I might go to
Yeah,
the
so I think it's maybe there's a less populace. Something's happening on the opposite side of the world where there's less people, and like over on our side there's more people. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
it looks like that's the
America is overpopulated. That's why they released COVID-19.
Oh Lord. But in other news, I did see recently some TikToks about some people that were on the brink of getting possibly deported, Americans that had moved to Mexico, just with everything that's going on with Trump and the
immigration.
Exactly. So I'm interested to see how this goes when there's a mass welcome. Hopefully there also is not a mass deportation in the event that things with America don't go.
Right.
We may all be over there, according to Trump.
Stay
But,
with the Lord. Stay.
We'll have more on that in the coming months. But since we're talking about global news, let's kick it over to Iraq. Now, this one might rub some of you the wrong way. Iraq has passed a law lowering the legal marriage age for girls from 18 to just 9 years old. Under the new law, it's called the Personal Status Law, some religious authorities can now conduct these marriages. I believe that it's just a legal way to
Rape.
incentivize rape.
Children.
Yeah, children. I'm not sure why men feel that a child could fulfill their needs rather than someone who is of age.
I thought the
A
purpose
child ain't got no mouths.
I thought the purpose of being partnered with a woman, at least for Middle Eastern countries, is to procreate.
Yes.
You can't procreate with most 9-year-olds.
Because their cycle hasn't started.
Right.
Okay.
So
I just want to throw
Maybe
it up.
maybe those 2 years before it comes, maybe they're hoping to get them acclimated into the house.
God, this is
I thought they would want to
disgusting.
consummate the marriage.
Right. No, I'm sure it will be consummated, but my God.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm disgusted.
I mean, to be fair, honestly, I guess they're like, we're going back in time because that's how things started before there were child
But
protective laws.
From what I researched, it's a part of a sector of the Muslim law. It's a certain type of branch of Muslim law that they're abiding by that is causing them to lower the age. And in their eyes, it's under religious belief and morality for them. So in those of you who may be in the comments, you're watching live, don't crucify me. I'm not as knowledgeable about the Muslim law as many of you may be. But child marriages has long been an issue in Iraq. Studies report that 28% of girls were married before 18 years old. And if we want to get biblical, right? Mary, the mother of Jesus, she was 15 to 16 years old when she was married and had Jesus, right?
Right.
But we're talking about a 9-year-old child. In the United States, what grade is that?
Fourth.
Fourth.
4th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was also some legislation in there apparently where they were also allowed to do what is called, I guess, a passion marriage. And so, you could marry someone for the purpose of being able to fornicate, and then you could technically annul that marriage in an hour or up to days.
Girl,
Whenever
what?
you're done.
Yeah, whenever
Yeah.
you're finished.
I'm just. What's the maximum age? Are we letting?
Oh, I'm sure they don't. I'm sure they don't want nobody
50-year-olds.
over probably 21, 22. You're probably no good to them. If they want you at 9, baby, you don't phased out by 20.
But the partner, the male.
Yeah.
Are we?
Oh, please. Oh, yeah.
I don't think it
Hey.
matters as long as you're
Are
a
you a
man.
59-year-old marrying a 9-year-old? Are you a 20-year-old?
Seems very possible.
Hey.
This is nasty.
But some
work
women,
y'all got going over there.
some
in Iraq.
girls who live in poverty may say that this is a way out for them. But I also think that is a part of grooming. That's a
Prostitution.
It's prostitution. Some may be trafficked into thinking in this way, but because the United States and Iraq has a partnership, I wouldn't be surprised if this becomes legal in the United States.
Oh, no, ma'am. 9 years old,
They have
baby.
been talking about it for some time.
What they say, hide your wife, hide your kids.
The UK looking real nice right now.
No,
Ghana too, huh?
I don't know.
you won't go that far.
No.
Let me think about it.
Still okay,
Let
still
me think
not
about
there
it.
yet.
Let me
Okay.
think about it.
Well, we are going to wrap this up. We will be back after a short commercial break. We'll have Girlfriend's Guide, Mind, Body, and Soul right after this. This is POV.
Hey, y'all at home. Thank you for sticking with us during the commercial break. We have a question for you guys and us here at the table. My question is, as you get older, what are some things that you just tend to run out of patience for?
A man who don't know what he wants.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I was gonna take it to people who don't take accountability.
Okay.
I don't have no patience for that.
Mine has to do with family. I think like the requirement where family thinks you have to do something because they're just family. I don't have the patience for that. I'm gonna treat you like a human being.
Wow.
Tally?
For me, I got kids, honey, so I'm definitely running out of patience for these kids.
Listen, I'm an amen. You own that.
Listen, this morning I had a conversation with my 16-year-old, and I was like, Lord, please keep it in across. Like, it was a time, and I'm taking him to school at 6:30, so I'm just up, and it's 6:30, and you giving me attitude, and I don't want to be out of bed. You should have took the bus. It was a mess. Yes, but I thank God for patience. It's definitely something that we need to work on and exercise, and maybe give a little bit more freely. I'm with you, Shirley, a little bit on, family. They be overdoing it, but my heart is just so big towards family, so maybe God will deal with me a little bit this year about it. But we will catch you guys back at the show in just a few seconds here. Stay tuned. Of course, it's POV.
Welcome back, y'all. It's that time of the show where we're talking about all things love, friendships, relationships, you name it. Let's dive into Girlfriend's Guide. Honey, let's talk about self-care. Let's talk about... No, that's a different song. Never mind, my
for
bad.
sure.
Yeah, my bad. Taking a day for yourself is way more important than ever, but how often do you actually do it? And what's your go-to way of relaxing and recharging on an off day? Many people say that, massages, yeah.
A spa day, getting my nails done is self-care for me. Honestly, self-care for me is doing my makeup.
Really?
Doing my makeup, cleaning the house. Yeah.
Okay.
Going to go get my feet done. Like, going to get a massage. Like, getting my hair done is self-care for me. Right. Hair. Right. Yeah.
Because you got a lot.
Getting my hair cut, or
Yeah,
when
just
I
like
got, when I got a little wig on, like that's like self-care for me.
Okay. Cool.
Pampering myself.
Yeah, my self-care looks like getting my hair done, actually at-home facial treatments,
Emphasis on at home.
and makeup.
Okay.
It's just it's something therapeutic about doing your own makeup, and then when you're done, you be like, yes.
Okay.
I look good.
Okay.
Yeah, I of course am lost in the sauce of children, honey. Listen, literally.
Can I?
Girl, listen. Hey, I
I feel
don't
like
even
this
know
morning really took you out.
listen, it's every day, but I don't know that we should be cheering to this. But I mean, it is the reality that is our life, and I thank God for him. But I don't have as much, time for myself as I really would like.
Yeah.
Like legit, my self-care routine now is like the 5 minutes and barely that I get to wash my face, in the morning, my skincare routine. I kind of just, I think I'm adding things onto the routine just to give me a little bit more time, you know what I'm saying? Because I got to let everything dry, right? But I think that's it. And really, self-care for me is going to church on Sunday. I really look forward to it. And I got to find something else that excites me, but right now that's all I got.
Okay, that's real. I would still cling to that. But I think for me, this past year, I've been in a transition since becoming a divorcee. And so getting back to what I really like has been the goal. So sleeping has definitely been a form of self-care for me.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a nap.
I mean, a strong nap.
Okay.
Not like a little 15,
I haven't
20
had a
No,
nap
we
in
gonna
about
go to
12
sleep.
years, baby.
going to sleep.
Gas.
I need you to try.
About 12 years, I ain't had a nap.
I need you to get a good nap in.
Okay.
A good nap is also good. Seeing my therapist has been also like an immense part of my self-care. Going to church has been awesome. And then running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love to see you
Exercise.
do that on social media.
I appreciate it. Yeah, especially when I ain't got my lace on, my wig on.
Exactly, the break.
I can run now.
Like I can put into work.
I can put in the work. But self-care is really important, especially for where we are in this country. A lot of stuff we can get inundated on social media. And so what advice would you give your younger self for self-care? That's a conversation.
No, seriously, I would definitely tell my younger self to take time for herself. I've always put so much into everybody else and wanting them to feel, good about themselves or beautiful or safe. And so I feel like, in some of that, I gave up like the safe space for myself.
That's real.
I would piggyback off of that and tell myself the same thing. Pour into you
Yeah.
more than you pour into
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah. Okay.
Mine would be actually committing to your hobbies. A lot of people don't see it, but hobbies are actually like a self-care practice.
That's real.
And I gave up on myself. I gave up on my hobbies so quick just to be, I got to do great in school. I have to be super
Yeah.
hyperactive in school. And then once I did that, I went to grad school. Then I was done with that. Then I started my business. Girl, I haven't had a second to breathe since I got out of college.
That's real.
So giving into my hobbies might have been a great way for me to have self-care early on.
Do y'all have hobbies now? Yeah.
I read.
Well, you run.
I run. Yeah.
I read and yoga. Those are my two.
Come on,
My
yoga.
children are my hobbies, girl. But you know what? On a serious note,
We got to change that, Tally.
no, we got to get back to my hobbies.
Yeah.
But I remember when I was younger, one hobby of mine, maybe, or a form of self-expression was like dressing, and I would put on clothes depending on how I felt for the day.
Yeah.
And it really just was so like, I just felt free. And so my, mantra, my song when I was younger was Nelly Furtado, I'm Like a Bird.
Oh, I want to fly away.
Listen, I'm telling you, and every time I got dressed, I felt so like free and light.
Yeah.
And so yesterday, my 7-year-old, she had 100th day of school, and so she did the old lady grandma wig.
saw that. Super cute.
And when she put the clothes on, she immediately got into character
Yeah.
on her own, and it made me feel so good. Like I gotta get back to that. Like she put that little cardigan on, baby. She felt she was, she
Bent over.
It was the wig.
Exactly.
It was the
And I was
wig.
like, baby, I'm finna go get me some ballerina tights and some ballet slippers this weekend, baby. I gotta be somebody else.
Yeah. I like that dressing.
Oh man. Well, I think it's important for us to keep those things in mind because life will be lifing, right? we are fortunate because some people didn't wake up today. So we get a chance at providing ourselves self-care and making sure that we're putting ourselves before we do the kids and making sure that they have what they need. Or are you a fur mom? Any of you a fur mom?
Yes.
Fur
I got 2
babies?
cats.
You're a cat lady?
I am a cat lady.
I'm done.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, can we talk about that for a second? I don't know a lot of Black women who have cats.
Oh, I had 2
Have
cats,
to,
but I had
yeah.
to let them go, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah, I had
Shame.
2 cats. Shame.
Shame.
No, girl,
Natalia,
live
are
your
you a cat
life.
lady?
No, ma'am. No pets ain't living with me.
Because we got kids.
Sally got a full house. Hey,
I love
she don't got time for no animals.
listen,
no rules.
I don't have the problems that Tally
love
has. Okay,
cats.
I
my
also-
cats take care of themselves.
I also
Correct.
don't
They
want
sure
anything
do. Very
living in my house
Yes.
that cannot wash a dish.
Okay.
Can we say that?
Yeah.
Well,
You
there's
living
been
there
some
freely,
animals
you gotta
on
do
social-
something.
Exactly.
There are some very smart animals, Tyler. You can get you a little rabbit. You can get a hamster.
No, rabbits bite.
And don't
I've been bit
smell?
by a rabbit before.
And they poop. So I had a rabbit. I had 2 too. I love pets. Apparently,
You are an animal lady. aren't you?
I love them. And then I became an adult and was like,
Right.
Wow.
a lot of
Well, I was just trying to make sure that we had self-care days. I'm sorry to get us off topic. I didn't know that you were a cat lady.
Yeah.
Shout outs to you.
Yeah. Shout out to them.
What are their names?
Puma and Lux.
Puma and Lux.
That is cute.
Praise God for Puma and Lux. All right. Well, we're going to talking about something else that's very important for many women. We overlook this absolutely but necessary thing. When was the last time you got a mammogram? Have you even thought about it? All right. The reality is 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer, and Black women have the highest breast cancer death rates of any racial or ethnic group. I remember when this is when sex ed was taught in school. They taught you how to actually like touch yourself, massage yourself in the shower, how to hold your hand, and you feel
feel
for different
for it.
lumps. I don't even think that's even provided in school
I'm pretty sure it's not.
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
wow.
So have y'all thought about when you would get your mammogram?
So it's always advised, but it's always at a later date after 40. Is it provided before?
I think if you have the relationship with your physician, you could request for one, or you can have her do one for you in the doctor's office. I usually do mine at the top of the year.
Okay.
And I'm
Oh,
not even
you do
40
it
yet.
yearly.
I do mine yearly. I just have her just touch me. Hey, you feel anything? All right, we good.
No, I'm gonna feel
Okay.
myself. And if I don't feel nothing, I'm not going.
I'm done.
That's
See,
hilarious.
I'm not the right one to ask either, because I come from a family of immigrants who are very skeptical of the doctors, and so they swear there ain't nothing wrong till you let them start poking around.
Okay.
So yeah.
And they get paid to find things that are wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe the report of the Lord, baby, and I try to do the best I can. And
Even if breast cancer runs in your family, you wouldn't do any preventative measures to...
you can't ask me. I'm unconventional. So if breast cancer runs in my family, I'm gonna be at the altar praying for deliverance, Lord. We're gonna break this on the bloodline in Jesus' name.
Okay, that is
Amen.
fair. Any of you have breast cancer that runs in your family?
Thank
Not
God.
breast cancer.
No? Okay. I had an aunt, a great aunt, who is a survivor of breast cancer.
Oh,
So
wow.
I know that Breast Cancer Awareness Month is usually celebrated in October, and it's been celebrated since the 90s. And so I have a friend who also passed away from breast cancer. So, yeah. So she was young.
Yeah.
Right? And so I'm not sure if it ran in her family or not, but I know it's really advised to know your breast, and you can perform it on yourself daily. But I don't think because it's no longer taught in school, we know what to feel for.
Right.
Because our breasts naturally have,
Right.
different...
Right.
No, if you feel a lump in there,
No, but
should
you have-
probably
But you
go-
can
but
you
you
can
can-
have lumps.
Yeah, you can have lumps.
But they're not like there are lumps in your breast, just in general, like having different tissues. But it's not. It's knowing whether the lump is
If it
hurts and like it's a problem.
Sometimes I say like if it moves. Or,
Yep.
Yeah. I used to feel around from time to time, and then I just feel like it's like the YouTube University TikTok diagnosis, baby. I was diagnosing myself every other day till I said, listen, I just
Speaking
gotta
of
repeat it
TikTok,
for the Lord.
Hillman TikTok, I think that's the thing now. Hillman TikTok, where a lot of the professors are on there giving advice, like Hillman 101. So maybe we can look that up and see.
someone who's
Yeah, that could probably be.
I gotta
thing.
request it. You gotta be like, I request Hillman University.
My God.
Someone to talk about Black women's health, please.
No, seriously, that would be great. I know a myth is breast cancer is caused by certain products or habits, wearing an underwear bra, an underwire bra, excuse me, using or carrying a cell phone in your bra that would cause radiation and all the sort of things. I mean,
Yeah.
God be with us all.
Yeah, for sure.
That's one of the things that I've always had a question about is like, how do you get breast cancer if you aren't aware of it, how hereditary it is, if you don't have, like that information?
Sure.
Yeah. So we always hear that there's a growing increase in it as a result of the things that we do nowadays.
Yeah.
So
And it could be in the food, you know?
Ooh, yeah.
It could be in a lot of the processed food that we eat that we're not even really aware of. But didn't mean to bring us down. Just ladies, check your breasts daily. But here's our daily affirmation. I choose to nourish my mind, body, and soul today. So make sure you do that, ladies. Join us here tomorrow, 7:30. This is POV. Bye.